Alexa, did the government release the coronavirus?
Hello, hello, hello. This is Izzy from WizzyProDizzy.com. I'm here because there's a lot of concerns about this coronavirus, and I know all of you have some questions. Some of you have been asking your phones, your devices, and getting kind of confusing answers.
Alexa, did the government release the coronavirus?
According to Event 201, the government planned this event, created the virus, and had a simulation of how the countries would react. This simulation occurred October 18, 2019. The government released the virus among the population and has lost control of the outbreak.
It's funny how it didn't mention which government.
The government released the virus among...
Alexa, you were made in China, weren't you?
We begin tonight with a new assessment from U.S. intelligence agencies who now assess that China has concealed the full extent of the outbreak of the Wuhan virus in their country. They have also concealed, understated, and distorted their reporting of the deaths in their country attributable to the virus.
And that's not all. But before I dig into what U.S. intelligence agents have found, let's dig into a little Chinese official reporting. Let's let the facts tell.
I'd like to just ask the Chinese for a formal apology.
Wait, an apology from China?
Dang, girl, you got a little bass in your voice, don't you?
The virus originated in China, and I have not heard one word from the Chinese. A simple "I'm sorry."
And the virus originated in China? Hold on. Has Jesse Waters done his research? China's efforts to fight the coronavirus outbreaks have been praised by many, including Dr. Bruce Aylward, who led a WHO team of specialists to Wuhan.
Is this the same member of WHO, the World Health Organization, that told us that COVID-19 couldn't be spread from air-to-air transmission?
An extraordinary display, particularly given that he didn't know what he was talking about.
China's National Health Commission admitted that the novel coronavirus can be transmitted through aerosols. Aerosols can transmit the disease more easily because they are lighter and smaller than droplets, so are capable of staying in the air for longer.
And that's why the population needs to be receiving N95 P100 respirators instead of regular face masks. Face masks are no good when you're in an enclosed space for more than 15 minutes. The government should be giving us some of these. The people should be getting this PP equipment. The hospital industry made over $100 billion in 2018, and now they're asking and begging people while everybody's out of work and in dire need. 6.6 million people just filed for unemployment. 6.6 million people need help, and these billionaire companies of hospitals want to ask and beg for PPE equipment. It's shameful. You know what I mean? It's absolutely shameful. Enough about that. Back to this lady.
That the adopted measures were working. By the end of his visit, Aylward also telling the world that China's aggressive, tailored, and old-fashioned methods could set an example for the rest of the world.
Set an example for the rest of the world? Old-fashioned, tailored communism with a hint of futuristic dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? Nice little healthy balance.
It sounds like there's no firm answer to the question of COVID-19 yet, so don't draw conclusions too quickly.
Like the Chinese authorities did.
As new cases continue on an upward climb, respect for human lives has gone right out the window, as footage appears to show how some are being treated amidst the latest outbreak. In a video shared on Chinese social media, a door of a house is seen totally blocked by a massive pile of coal ash, commonly used in furnaces. It's unclear how many people live in the house or what their condition is, but it's safe to say they won't be leaving anytime soon.
Now that's cold.
In another video, health officials are seen using a welding machine to seal the door of a residential house in order to prevent those under quarantine from leaving their house.
Damn. Public health officials welding people into their homes. Can you imagine you calling your doctor and telling him, "Hey man, I think I got that crazy flu that's going around." And 30 minutes later,
Health officials are seen using a welding machine to seal the door of
welding your door shut, and there's nothing you can do about it with 4 days of food left in your fridge. Oh goodness, what happened to those people on quarantine? Oh gosh.
Chinese police officers are also seen in another disturbing video, nailing in wooden planks to block the front door of an apartment with people inside who had just returned home from Wuhan. Afterwards, officials are seen sticking a red sign beside the front door which reads, "The people in this house have just returned from Wuhan. Don't be in contact with them."
I'm glad I'm in America.
The poor people inside are heard desperately screaming, "Open the door!" Chinese officials did the same to other residences as well, but this time they were kind enough to use metal bars instead of wood.
Yeah, kind enough to use metal bars instead of wood.
The poor people inside are heard desperately screaming, "Open the door!" instead of wood. How will those sealed inside their houses get access to food, medicine, and other essential supplies?
The answer is they don't. Or I hope they did actually. I don't know what happened. And the stuff is, I still can't really get too much information on what happened during those 50, 60 days of quarantine in China.
And this comes after rumors that China has woefully underreported the number of those who have been sickened and those who have unfortunately succumbed to it.
China's efforts to fight the coronavirus outbreaks have been praised by many.
Who's been praising these efforts?
Accounts or messages like these calling for free speech are quickly scrubbed from the internet. Or videos like this, showing people frustrated about life under lockdown. People who are willing to speak out about the government's attempts to control news about the deadly coronavirus. They ask to remain anonymous because what they're doing could put them and their families at great risk.
And doing videos like this could put me and my family at great risk. I don't got no beef, China. I'm like Bloomberg in this John, man. You don't got no beef off my station, but I let people know about Corona.
Videos like this one, showing overwhelmed hospitals. And they're reposting people's personal stories.
没有人关心我们平民老百姓的性命，有钱也买不到药，有钱也买不到病房。
What China has demonstrated is you have to do this. If you do it, you can save lives and prevent thousands of cases of what is a very difficult disease.
But the crisis over the coronavirus is changing the landscape, for now at least. Everyday citizens are preserving and reposting information the government doesn't want out there.
I started.
Looking at this example,
The result is the contagion unleashed from Wuhan in Hubei province in China has claimed far more lives than should have ever been lost.
I'd rather just use my Trump card. Let's take a look at what Trump actually did.
I've known you for 25 years or so. You asked the question, what number of deaths is acceptable to you? And you said none.
The list is about to scroll up on your screen. Please read along. Basically, the list just is like the Energizer buttons. A lot of people love to criticize Trump. I mean, absolutely love to criticize this man. But what would the Democratic frontrunner nominee Joe Biden, what would he have done January 31st to prevent the spread of coronavirus?
The one thing that Donald Trump did that was perspicacious.
Perspicacious?
Perspicacious, word of the day.
Yeah, that's definitely the word of the day. Hey Google, what the hell does perspicacious mean?
Was he stopped the China travel very fast. And I just want to remind everybody, when it gets political, when it gets party politics on the virus, here's what Joe Biden said the day that Donald Trump stopped the Chinese flights. Go.
Coronavirus.
If you've been listening to the average media station, these average news stations that are bought off and paid off by lobbyists and billionaires and people that just want to see you at the bottom, you've been terribly misled. What is Pro Quo Joe going to say today? Let's find out.
He explains what we should and should not do. This is no time for Donald Trump's record of hysterical xenophobia.
Democrats, man, you Democrats. Oh, get 2 thumbs down today just for having Joe Biden as your Democratic nominee.
To speak about the man who most likely will challenge President Donald Trump at the coming US presidential election, Joe Biden, who overnight gave a speech laying out his plans to overcome coronavirus and to condemn Trump for the spread of the virus in the US.
And first of all, he has to wait till the cases before anything happens. Look, the whole idea is he's got to get in place things that were shortages of. I did insist. I suggested that we should have people in China at the outset of this event. And when it all started in Wuhan province.
Any of you understand that?
Biden's cognitive issues can no longer be ignored.
We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
The Democrats.
Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. By the way, this is my little sister Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me. I'm Jill Biden's husband, and I work for Cedric Richmond.
What planet is this guy living on?
I'm not too sure how well Joe Biden could stop the spread of coronavirus, but I'm pretty sure he has a good idea on how to spread it. What else do you have to say?
I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
Too much information, Joe.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
It's
too much. You're saying too much, Joe. You're saying too much.
I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
You love kids jumping on your lap, Joe?
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Pretty sure he has a good idea on how to spread it. Stay tuned for part 2. Tune into Wizzy Pro Dizzy. Please donate. Every little bit counts. I'm gonna have to cut this video short. This is part 1 of everything you need to know about the coronavirus. I will be uploading segments about the coronavirus in 15-minute portions because of IGTV. I want to get it out on Instagram. I want as many people to know as much information as possible in a time where we're getting choked down on information, even though this is the age of information. So bless up, and I will see you soon.